Welcome to our motherland, and what's known as the cradle of humanity, dating back over 3 million years ago. Lying in East Africa, the culture is ancient and the land is rugged, home to some of the most unique landscapes on the planet. Welcome to Ethiopia. We begin today's video weaving through Ethiopia's rough roads from the capital Addis Ababa to a city in the north called Gondar. Before the bus took off at 5:30 a.m., the bus driver handed out little black garbage bags which I originally thought were for garbage. As he handed it back to me, all the locals started to giggle, and that's when I realized these bags were for vomiting into because the drive is so nauseating. I laughed it off originally, but 2 hours into the drive, I was the first to fall victim of motion sickness. This was the first time in my life I was ever sick in a bag or on public transport. At first I was embarrassed, however throughout the journey 6 or 7 locals were also sick on the bus. A couple of them didn't even get to a bag in time, so they were sick all over the seats and the aisles, including the lady sitting directly behind me. The smell was nauseating and the experience was exhausting, but the scenery from out the window was captivating for the entire ride. Alright, so we made it to Gondar. That bus ride last night took 13 hours, so I didn't do any filming or documenting after that because I was just way too exhausted. I got this cool little guest house for tonight, last night I guess, and now I'm meeting my couchsurfing host here in a couple hours. So we're gonna go check out this city called Gondar, and as you see it's quite mountainous and it looks beautiful, so I'm excited to check this place out and meet my next couchsurfing host. In fact, the couchsurfing host never showed up, so I explored the city with friends I met at the hostel instead. Alright, so we're about to enter this amazing complex, this ruins from the 17th century. This is where the old emperor used to live in Gondar. And yeah, from the 17th century in ruins now, but looks amazing so far, so let's go take a look, let's go inside. Gondar is a city with a population of just under 350,000 people. Despite being relatively small, Gondar is one of the most historically important cities in Ethiopia and served as the country's capital from 1632 to 1855. Italy occupied Gondar for some time in the 1930s, however Italy surrendered in 1941, making Ethiopia only one of 2 African countries to never be colonized by European powers. So I've only been in these complexes for just a few minutes and look how friggin' amazing this is. It's honestly one of the most amazing complexes I've ever seen in my life. And let's go inside here because this is really cool too. This big open area. Hang with me. Alright, we're here. Check this out. Look how beautiful this is. Just insane. Alright, so I'm actually going to put my camera away now. I think I've videoed enough to give you guys an idea of what we're looking at here, and I just want to explore the temples without having to worry about taking any more videos. So goodbye for now. Hope you enjoyed this temple complex as much as I did, because man, this was amazing. This was certainly one of my favorite ruins that I've seen so far, so see you later. So I just came across this really tiny local restaurant, and I want to show you guys what it's like to eat very local style. So here's the menu here. We have some local food, spaghetti, some egg dishes and everything, some beer and some coffee. So let's go take a look here. We've got a lady here making some chili or something. Big bottle of beer, water here to clean the dishes and everything, wash your hands. They use this to make coffee and other food. And some chairs outside here. And here is where they make the coffee. Coffee here is like the best in the world. And inside is where we're about to eat. And nice gentleman here. And this is the lady that made my beautiful food. And this is what we're looking at here. It's an egg dish with some local bread. So this is what it's like to eat very local style. So here's how you eat this dish. You use your right hand. You tear the bread here. There's air bubbles on one end, more flat on the other, so you use the air bubble side to pick up the eggs, and voila, you eat it just like that, and it's really good.
After sightseeing and meeting some amazing locals, it was time to head off to our next destination. Our next stop was to a city called Axum. It was another long 7-hour journey through winding roads where some of the locals were sick yet again. However, I felt great the entire time and was able to enjoy the incredible Simeon Mountains. These landscapes are amongst the most vast and unique I've ever seen. There were frequent police checks along the way, where police would demand everyone's ID and search the bus thoroughly. The ride also took us through many remote villages, giving us more insight on how locals live their lives.
Hello again everybody, we have made it to Axum after like a 14-hour drive from Gondar, and this city is so strikingly colorful. There's like lemon lime colors and pink everywhere, and it's really beautiful. And look at this, we even got cobbled roads, which is kind of like a cool European thing. And as you see, I've got my phone out, and I'm just by myself, so it's safe enough to do so. Wouldn't do it at night, but in the daytime it's fine. So yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful city. I'm just gonna check out a couple tourist sites here and then use the city just to kind of relax until we're off to our next adventures, which we will see there. See you later.
We only had one day to spend in Axum, but it was enough to see what the city has to offer. Axum is a very historic place, as it was once home to the very powerful Kingdom of Axum, which flourished in the 3rd century. Axum acted as a major trading hub for gold and ivory, and today the most important historical sites are these obelisks, which were most likely erected in the 4th century. After resting up in Axum for the night, we hired a private car to drive us to our next destination in Mekelle. That means no motion sickness and plenty of room to stretch out. We would use Mekelle as a base to reach some of Ethiopia's most amazing sights and adventures, which we are about to see now.
Hello everyone, from just outside the city of Mekelle, we are with our buddy here, Futsum. Say hello.
Hello.
Salam.
Hello.
And yeah, up in these mountains here, we're gonna discover some church that's carved in the middle of the in the mountains. So we're gonna go hike that. But we were lady was kind enough to let us into this church here, which is actually close to the public. But we asked nicely, and she let us in, and I'm already out of breath. Oh my God! But this is so cool. The mountains here are amazing, and this church is so cool. We'll show you the artwork on here in the front.
Old church.
Some lions and everything, and across. So very grateful to be here. I'm gonna leave this nice lady a nice tip because she let us in. So see you on top of the mountains here in a minute.
Our time then came to ascend up the mountain to visit the Abuna Yemeta Gu church. The scenery was extraordinary as we climbed, and the hike was enjoyable and casual, except for this little bit here that demonstrates how uncoordinated I actually am.
So this is what we have to climb here now, up these little holes and everything. This is gonna be challenging. Let's go do it. Left foot?
Yeah.
Left?
Yes.
Wow.
No, right. Right foot. Yeah. Up. Yeah.
Hmm? Guys, we made it up to the top of the mountain. That was my first time actually mountain climbing. It was actually like almost like 90 degree, and like, oh man, it was so scary, but we did it, and me and Futsum made it to the top, and the view here is outstanding. And we're about to visit the church inside here. There's a group of tourists first, so we're gonna finish up. But oh man, this is amazing. Can't wait to see what's inside. Wow, so we're inside the church, and I've never seen anything like this. He's not a painting, he's real. But guys, look how friggin' incredible this is. I've never seen anything like it, and it's so quiet, and the artwork here is just outstanding. And my friend was telling me this church was actually built before Christ. Imagine that, in absolute rural Ethiopia. Look at this artwork. I've never, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but man, I have never seen anything like this before. I'm absolutely speechless. I'm so happy to be here. What a great day. Ethiopia, man. This country's amazing. Love it here.
The church is named after Father Iameta, who carved and formed the church in the 5th century. Despite its age, the artwork remains incredibly preserved. The church lies 2,580 meters above ground level. If you choose to visit, you'll encounter this man here, the current priest. In our next video, we head to the hottest place on Earth, the Danakil Depression. There we will see salt fields, pools of sulfuric acid, mountains of minerals, and volcanoes. See you in the next video.